Hi, how you doing? Um, you might not know this, but this is just a YouTube video. Um, this is not on stream at all. I mean, I am recording it on Twitch because I don't have the ability to do anything else with it. But we're going to try to work through some of the alternate endings of stories, the Path of Destinies. I like the game so much that I am, playing it on a day that I'm not supposed to be playing it. So, hopefully nobody sees this. But yeah, I'm gonna record a couple of episodes, just to get them out there. That way, some people don't really do Twitch, they're more of a YouTube community, so just trying to get a lot of videos out there. So we're gonna try to focus on getting the top row done. I'm gonna try.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
I kinda wish you could skip
It was time
this
to
part,
choose.
because we've seen it a lot.
The rebellion was in trouble.
So
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there.
Let me see here.
It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage. Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Renato could use that somehow. Ah, Lapino.
So let's string them up.
Apparently the mad...
There we go. Okay, so if we've seen it already in one of the other videos, I'm going to try to skip it to cut these down to maybe about 30 or 40 minutes. Having the hour-long videos up is kind of challenging to do, especially if
Lapino
people don't want to watch a full hour
to
of the same
confuse the
story
judge
over
by
and over again.
arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
Okay.
wait, where was the prison?
So it looks
village
like
was
I
empty.
have
Had
Orb
everybody fled
power,
the Ravens?
whatever that was called. I'm close to getting the last sword done, so. So today is November 30th. Just got home from a day of work and doing some dinner and a few other things with my wife, a little bit of grocery shopping, getting things ready for tomorrow. Nothing special, but just good. It's not like our own Thanksgiving, but it kind of is.
That was
There's
Renato had
a
been
Bob's
here
Burgers
at
episode
this
where he
exact
talks
place,
about dry
at
brining
this exact time.
or brining
But this time, there
a
were so many more ravens.
turkey for Thanksgiving, and
Renato thought of the Iblis stone and
Bob's
shivered.
is kind of
He had no business messing with ancient, cruel artifacts.
a staple in our
What he
little
needed
home, so
was his friends
I
around.
figured we try it out, see what happens
Clear
with
eyes,
it.
full hearts. Can't lose.
So I've had it going for, I think, about 2 days. Yeah, today would be the second day. And it requires 3 days, and then some other steps that go with it. So, hopefully it's going to turn out. I've never done a turkey before, and it's not even a full turkey. It's just the breast. So,
Look, it's not personal, but
we're just seeing what happens with it. Trying new things. If you've noticed anything about the stream, me switching games off and on, you'll know that we're trying to do a couple of different things with it. So, you know, culinary is probably one of the other few things we can work on together. Trying to follow the lead of my other favorite streamers and just trying to do straight YouTube videos. And
Renato felt ready to take on new powers.
Trying to talk a little bit more about the random things that happen in life, which is actually really difficult to do.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that.
I don't want to, like, you know, take away from the game that I'm playing, but...
What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him?
You know, a lot of the times it's kind of just...
Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he?
He's dead
and
end,
use
so you gotta
Lapino's
try to
betrayal
fill it
against
somehow.
him, and it would blow up in his face. Yeah. Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a
So yeah, it's just like trying to do things differently, try to appeal to a different type of audience, and bring more people in to what I'm doing. I don't think it's going to become a career for me. I just want to do it to,
Dirty
you know,
and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino.
raise awareness of the stuff that's going on.
Practicing his shuffle. Renato
The charity
recognized
work
the cards. It was
that I do,
Lapino's
and a couple of the other
favorite
channels
deck.
do that I follow.
He captures Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? Ah, that would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great
Even though
power.
I thought I had Sky River. So have I done this one? I think
To
so.
make the
Let's
Sky
go
Ripper,
here.
the transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that.
The core of the Sky Ripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy.
He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. True, the core was capable of terrible, uncontrollable destruction. But this time, he was sure it would work great.
So yeah, probably gonna play a few other games later
It's
tonight.
beautiful here, thought
you know,
Renato. It was
not on
nice to
stream.
be back with his old war buddy. All right. Lapino was a traitor. But still, it was good company.
I ended up getting a couple of games on the... I don't really know if it was Cyber Monday. It had to have been Cyber Monday. It was one of those days where you got sales on a bunch of stuff. So I ended up picking up Hitman 2 and Dragon Quest 11, which I'm not starting until
Zenobia. Now that he knew she still loved him,
Christmas.
he wanted to go back to her.
It was
But that hadn't worked out, had it?
kind of like my Christmas gift from my
Maybe
wife.
it was
so
time to find the core of the Sky River.
I'm gonna hold off on doing that until around Christmas. I don't really have a lot of time to sink into a 100+ hour game right now. Granted, I could probably be doing that right now, but you know, building an audience is more important. But yeah, I played a little bit of Hitman last night. It's definitely interesting. I've never been good at the Hitman series before, so I'm gonna try it out, see what it's like. I went through, I think, like the basic training and stuff already, so it was kind of fun going through it and like
There
learning
was something
how to do things,
sour in the air.
making
Like
sure
the
like
earth
you
had
plan
ruptured over
how
something
you're
that had
going
been
to kill
fermenting
the
for a very
target
long
and
time.
get the exit out without getting, you know, obviously hurt or spotted.
You guys ever eat fresh food? Because you don't smell like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult trying to figure out like what avenue you want to take. Last night I think I sat in somebody's closet for a good 20 minutes or so, just waiting to see what they would do. And
Renato felt wrong.
eventually she
You could
fell
feel an
asleep,
almost
and I was able to
palpable
smother
sickness
her
in the
with a
air.
pillow.
And if the land could have tumors, they would look
And
like
they
these
got out of
monstrous
there like
crystals.
pretty quickly after that,
The
so that was
forest
cool.
was quieter than it had been.
There's a lot of different ways you can take out targets and stuff, so
few
I'm sure
birds,
I'll start
if you didn't count the ravens.
stream
Renato
with it
smelled
at
sick
some
animals
point,
and dying.
probably once this
healthy.
is completely done
I'm
on
getting a bad
Wednesdays
feeling about
and
this.
Mondays, which
Maybe
that's why I'm
Lupino was
trying
right.
to get through a couple more episodes
Maybe
now,
you should have kidnapped Zenobia
because
instead
it
of
might
coming.
be, this might take a little bit longer than what I would expect. So, you know, expect to see one or two of these up in conjunction with the regular stream.
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy. Like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy.
Tell you what, said Lupino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost.
Oh, another option.
The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lupino lost the core to the Empire? That could be a good thing, couldn't it? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Trust me, Renato, you won't regret this. I'll treat the core like it was my own baby daughter.
As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lupino was jumping up and down with excitement. "Stop rabbiting around," Renato said. Lupino just stared at him. The moment the ship landed, Lupino leapt off the ship. As Lupino vanished into the wilds of the Nexus, Renato vaguely remembered Lupino had a baby daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to get some Easter eggs, and he'd never come back. But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who knows, maybe this time Lupino would get it right. And if Renato could take the outpost, he'd have access to all the Empire's communications in this sector. Right?
Lagged real bad.
Renato wondered if it wasn't cheaper to build bridges and stairs.
And I am just a little bit of a trophy hunter. I like to platinum a lot of the games that I play, or at least try to. And this one doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard of a platinum. I mean, it's definitely like finished look, and you know, upgrade everything,
Stand on the device and let
see
it do all
whatever
the killing
endings.
for him. But
So that's going to be the
that
more
would be
tedious
sporty,
part
wouldn't
of
it? Renato
it.
caught his
But,
breath. His joints
think it's
still
gonna be too
hurt, but
hard.
he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore.
my
He let the armor
latest
slip out of
platinum
his hands
was
to save his friend
Assassin's
Lupino.
Creed Odyssey.
Of course he had to let Lupino take
That was
the
very
core.
fun. I mean,
The
I love that
rebellion
game.
needed every man
You know,
doing
front to
his
back.
duty. And the
I've
rat
been
would
a
be no good
huge fan
taking
of
on
the
an
series
Imperial
ever since the
outpost,
start.
right?
Even, yes, the very first one where you had the same three options each time
Renato
to
had rescued
eavesdrop,
Lupino
to
because he was an old
assassinate,
friend.
and to help, I
And then he'd
think.
sent him off with the poisonous core.
And then obviously the game has grown a lot since then, so I've had,
What have they been
you know,
thinking?
fun seeing it
That he'd have a
progress
romping Imperial
throughout the
outpost?
years, and it's become one of my favorite series. So I you know, that was the latest plat that I got. My friends also platinumed it, so you know, it's not difficult. It was just, you know, real tedious going through the whole thing, which I think this might also be. But it could be worth it. I mean, you know, I've gotten like the main endings, I believe, so hoping I can get it done. I just don't want to get bored with it and, you know, drop it and never touch it again.
Renato took the outpost
that's
with
how
a
certain
song in
things
his
go.
heart.
Such as like
Soon
Hollow
he was
Knight.
stuffing his
Finished
sack with
that yet.
key messages from and to the fleet. Then the far speaker toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lapino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains. Why? Why had he trusted Lapino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their far speaker didn't crouch back. Was the base under attack too? He knew what was going on at the base. But he knew what the ravens would do to Lapino if Renato didn't rescue him fast. Well, actually, he wasn't exactly sure. It kind of depended on whether Lapino was a traitor or not. Renato just couldn't bring himself to believe that. What are old friends for, if not to need rescuing every few days?
So true. I have to rescue my friends all the time.
Renato felt a twinge of doubt. Should he have gone to the base? No. Logically, wherever they'd taken Lapino was probably where they took the core, right? Oh, why couldn't Lapino have just, for once, not got himself captured? Was that too much to ask? He shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You have to admire that.
This was the craziest weapon he'd ever used. Or not used.
Not really sure what this floaty thing is doing. I know it's the core, but I don't know if it sticks with me the whole time or not. It'd be interesting. I would rather have the power gauntlet that just, like, got strong.
This thing really needed a roof.
Jeez, I really don't need, like, anything right here.
Where were they holding Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the ravens who'd captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh, trust Lapino to screw up even getting captured. But what was this rebellion for anyway? Lapino was a useless goof. But he was a friend. If friends didn't matter anymore, what was the point of winning this war?
Hey, you guys interested in real estate? Because you're about to buy the farm.
Yep, so it's been, like, what, 10 minutes? I've already run out of stuff to talk about. So, really need to get better at just small talk and conversation. It's never been a strong point. Even as a kid, I was like always ridiculously shy. Always. It kind of got a little bit better in college, but then it kind of went right back to where it was when I left.
Give me a lever, said Archimedes, and I shall open a gate. Bernardo thought of the choices he had made so far. Rescuing a friend and then sending him to be captured. Recovering a super weapon and letting it fall into enemy hands. Risking an assault on an enemy base for military secrets and then failing to deliver them to the rebellion. Well, at that rate, the reset sail.
I have
And the
no clue what
Farfarer
just
shot
happened there. The whole
forward.
thing just skipped.
Poor Lapino had never been a great warrior. The mad rabbit was good for a lark and a laugh. And a pint. The thought of ravens eating him made Reynardo furious. The way they were eating up the land. The way the Emperor was eating up the people with his new, bloodthirsty ways. He would make them all pay.
Hey, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Merlin has entered the show.
The portal was heavily guarded. Let's go someplace they really didn't want it to go.
What's happening anymore. All I know is I'm seeing like 30 combos hit, and it's like, okay, well, sure. Let's just keep going.
You shall not pass.
I do love the other references they have here. I think they have been well-timed, kind of hilarious.
He had given up
thing's a
every
helper.
objective to save his friend. He had given up the armature, the core, the gem, and even Zenobia. He loved Lapino, he realized. And now the rabbit was gone. A hero looks out for his friends, even when they're gone. He would send Lapino an honor guard of ravens to serve him in the halls of the Valiant. He would avenge him.
Combat's so much easier with this little orb.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
So if you are watching the video on YouTube, thank you for watching. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/JREHE59. If you want to follow me on social media, just go ahead and search that, and you should be able to find me. I will probably be recording another couple of videos this weekend, along with doing the Saturday stream, which is Superhero Saturday. We're currently working through Marvel's Spider-Man. No other games lined up for that yet, because there is still a good bit left to do. Currently going through the New Game Plus and possibly getting the DLC for it. So, you know, as this video winds down, thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the channel. If you want to follow me on YouTube or Twitch, that would be great. If you want to leave a comment, that's even better. Let me know what you like a video. Let me know what you like in the conversations that I had. Really, anything will help me out. So, let's see this ending, and then the stream, or the video
Finally,
should be done.
He reached the Emperor's ship. And there was Lapino.
surrounded by ravens. He was alive. They'd eaten some other rabbit. "I'll save you!" he shouted with joy and flung himself at the ravens. "Oh, you shouldn't have," said Lapino when the last raven was down.
Renato threw his arms around his best friend.
"I had to come. I love you, man. You really, really shouldn't have," said Lapino. And Renato felt a rather sharp pain in his back. As he collapsed, Lapino took the dagger out of Renato's back and wiped it off on Renato's sleeve. "Why, you always have to be the hero. Brave Renato, epic Renato, super sexy Renato. And I'm sick of it."
As Renato died, all he could think was,
Damn it. Fooled again.
Alright, so another top one is done. So again, thank you for watching the YouTube video. If you're catching it on Twitch, thank you for watching that as well. This will be uploaded within the next couple of days once I get a little bit of a log going, and I will talk to you again. Thank you.